ngere merobere ito yogosemya na kumenya yago korekana kira rituko nabariki baitu be andrete chinga kichons asengencho yao eyariganie asobotengari botari no mubwekano. Eye Nensoko TV Oboroso Bumugusi.
Majito Maria Buyeta Sinian Soko TV nigo Cheragire Chinsa Isano Ibere Chiabon Mugaso chekina kwariganiria Amayia Chinsa Isano Kransuike unabutambiri tenande yanandemo nyoranga ngotonyora asomtanda ito Facebook YouTube irinyariko koya yarigania nabego gusange gati yali atwa kwariganiria mesa ya Amayia Chinsa Isano na Ibere. Manjito murigeria togo cha kabene nigo murwaniriria bwekero kyobora ibense Moske David Kenani Maraga wekiama kya United Green Movement arure nkwana yogo sirense media ya United Opposition aseganga yokolgia obwasi orikorwa Inspector General Douglas Kanja igoro yobosagani wabanyanyimbo na kurutama lyoke msangirikano yabo.
What was the cause? Those people were having a peaceful meeting. There was no cause whatsoever. There was no breach of peace whatsoever. The government has just panicked, and that tells you what is happening. I stand firmly with the United Opposition in condemning the tear gassing of gatherings, the tear gassing particularly of churches. Today, I know the leaders of United Opposition are going to the IG's office to demand prosecution because nothing has been done of those who were involved in the tear gassing of the church. I would have actually joined them in Nairobi, and I had said that if they are going to hold any demonstrations, I would join them. I would have loved to join them in going to the IG's office and demand.
Abaigo mubunge bwensemo yebunge ya Kaiti Joshua Kimulu omochiria serikali haso guturubanie misangerekano y'abarayi bali abakomeria serikali Kimiro nigakwanire maiga yo musacha bw'emyaka 2023 osirio bugima bwaye kero mo seneta bwe county ya Nairobi Edwin Sifuna n'abarayi bande baikirenta somo Kitengela ritsko yomokubyo.
Mmoja wa wale ambao tuko na ile fungu letu la kulinda wananchi. Jana tumesikia vibaya sana kuona vile serikali yetu inafanya. Tukiwa katika mkutano wa jana huko Kitengela, tuliona vile mtoto mmoja ama kijana mmoja alishutiwa na polisi na akauliwa. I want to condemn that act kwa sababu that is cowardness. Nataka kuuliza serikali yetu, hii mauaji mnaona mkiwa watu wetu, siku moja hiyo damu itawafuata, kwa sababu hakuna haja ya tulipigwa tia ngazi bure. Tuko katika mkutano, hatuna maneno mingi, tunaongea na wananchi ambao hawana neno, wanatusikiza, alafu watu tunaona wanapigwa tia ngazi. Hiyo ni mbaya sana.
Boigo serikali yasabirwe kurwa maigerio abene asa abantu bamenyete no bale maimense abantu abo bamenyete no bale maboigo nibo basabire serikali kwenekya buna kubaikiraniere amageni yabo nabego gikirania chira kibakurwa ekero bataite kubakonya burenchira yemo banyare bakogenda na magimabo buna butambe.
Here today to launch this year's scholarship program under the Ustawi Scholarship, whereby we pay school fees and bursaries for students with disabilities and also students whose parents and guardians have disabilities and are not able to sponsor themselves. Being able to fund therapy services, diagnostic, testing, and essential supplies like diapers, so that we are able to transform their lives. So we go beyond just assisting them on matter school fees and support. There are other things that can actually hinder them from achieving the educational capacity, and that's why we have this program.
We select students basing on vulnerability. So when we say vulnerability, we look at the household, whether they have an income, and also whether the student has got both parents or orphan or adopted, because most of the children with disability, they are left by their parents. So you find in most cases, they are being adopted by the guardians.
Most of our children with spina bifida and CP, the cerebral palsy, they use diaper, and we also thank the National Council because they have been helping us also with diaper. Imagine being given a school fee and being given a diaper also for free. This means like they have restored our dignity, especially for our children. So we are so much grateful on behalf of all parents, and thank you so much, and thank you.
Nabigo manchito murigeria tugusuka mutwe nigo moseneta wi county ya Embu Alexander Mundiga aboririe kiama kia ODM kwene kiabuna tikerigo cha korigia obokerogo kyobokonyi usekerogo kyomokonyi bo muraibense ya Kenya asaba mochirie na goteba bune kiroge kyowikira boninga nkibwa tumurai oyoere mokonyi bo muraibense ya Kenya kiture kindike nigatebire buna banyare bakwebanga nebirogo biria batagite.
Nataka niambie my brother ambaye sai ndio kigogo wa ODM, Senator rafiki wangu Oburu Ondinga. Saa hii nimwambie kitu ya kwanza, akitaka viti zile zingine, kuna viti mbili ambaye kuitanja hata kidogo. Kiti ya rais wa Kenya ambaye ni ya William Ruto na kiti ya makamu wa rais Profesa Abraham Kithure. Kwa sababu miaka 2 iliyopita wakati ule makamu wa rais wa zamani alitimuliwa, tumeona ile kazi rais wa Kenya William Ruto na Profesa wamefanya. Tumeona mambo ya ndio kutoka Nairobi ikielekea Nakuru, ikielekea Eldoret. Hii serikali inaendelea kukamilisha. Tumesikia jana mafuta yameanza kurudi chini, kwa hiyo economy inapandilika, inakuwa mzuri. Kwa hiyo naomba kiti ya makamu wa rais ambaye ni Profesa Abraham Kithure mwaka wa 2027 ndiye anafaa. Hao wengine waitise vitu zingine. Kwa hivyo ningeomba tuungane pamoja, naomba watu wa ODM waachane hizi viti mbili, waombe viti zingine, na niko na hakika tukiungana pamoja, kwa sababu saa hii ni serikali ya muungano, tutapata
Nabego manchito murigeria chinga kechiboigo nige gati yabare kurasi kya mekyo kya ODM nebesokire nagoteba bune kya mekyo ODM kinyarige kwegwa amabaga ase serikali eye maiga nigati yabare kurasi kya makya UDA wesokia nagokana okurusigwa bisi gosekia makya ODM koligia obokonyi bo muraibense ya Kenya.
2027 tutafanya coalition agreement na William Samoei Ruto ndio tutengeneze serikali. Kwa hiyo coalition agreement, the only position which is not touched, which is not contested, is the position of William Ruto, hiyo ya president. Hizo zingine kutoka deputy president ikiteremuka chini, sisi kama chama cha ODM, sisi ni watu wengi sana, hatuwezi unga mtu mkono na hiyo position hatupewi. Lazima tupewe position ya deputy president. Ndio tunaambia watu ya UDA, position ya deputy president ni position ya OD.
Maneno ya housing, maneno ya TVET, maneno ya employment. Na mimi nataka kushukuru serikali ya William, sababu katika employment juzi tu ndiye ametupatia ambassador ya kwenda Denmark. Wametupatia chairman ya Public Service Commission.
Nabaigo manchito murigeria monogeribwe bunge Moses Wetangura nigaroto tiregati ya magendero gendete gokorwa n'abana imiyensi ya Kenya asakwane iregoro yechibese CNCCDF ikichigokonya abananchi abange nabagokorenta magendero asichikuru au asatebire buna chibese cyo nigo chirendire ne bunge nabagomba chikwene kyabuna kuchechirgo inekia amagendero chisemo au miyensi ya Kenya.
Naona hii shule imejengwa na CDF na Mama Roida. Hii ndio huwa nawaambia bunge lazima tu protect NGCDF, na tunaunga mkono uamuzi wa koti ya upeo kwa kusema ya kwamba CDF is not in competition with national government or with county governments. It is protected money from the national government kusaidia mashinani. Na mimi kama speaker wenu taendelea kuwaunga mkono kwa sababu
Wendagira.
Wajir South is the hardest hit.
Wendagira.
Wajir South is the hardest hit part of the country, and therefore many people are actually reeling from this particular drought. The challenges that we have is the lack of water, the lack of food, and therefore pasture as well, and many of the animals are dying. And therefore we are hoping and praying that this particular juncture we will be able to get further support from the government. It is really one of the longest and the hardest droughts that we've had since 1981, and therefore 1981 to date, for over more than 40 years, the droughts that has been really beating us. This is the worst and the hard hit.
Manjito murigeria tugusika mutwe nige kiombe kyobochori ne chimbebe IEBC bono gesokire na wikirana ase skura yemo sensemo ya Madira asobochori wari gokoru hwenekia buna borokia ngocho aboroki wango chora bare abarahi baranyare bakura ase skuru yo nigo bono batebire nenchira yemo yokolento bomo na bigokoroki obwasyoku nonye na skuru chinga kichogo chora abarahi.
The importance of this process is to instill the democratic atmosphere in school, whereby the pupils or the learners can elect their own leaders. It is also important that the learners get to learn how to choose their own leaders. So we started with voter education yesterday, and we took them through voter education, where we taught them good qualities of leadership, and then how to go about the process of voting. And I can report here that we are very happy that the process went on well, and we had very few rejected ballots as a result of the voter education that we took through the students. So at the end of the day, we shall have the leaders that the students themselves have chosen. In addition, we have history and citizenry being taught in school, and these learners are also learning about IEBC, what IEBC does, and the processes that go with the activities of IEBC. So when it comes to answering questions, should they be asked during the exam, they will be in a better position to answer the questions because they understood the processes as we took them through.
We found it necessary to involve the IBC because CBE is about practical. It is about practical, and therefore we have found it necessary to involve them. It is not only beneficial to the institution, but also to the learner, because it is part of the curriculum in social studies, in the subjects like social studies. Again, we have also given them skills and which will be beneficial to them.
My reason for wanting to become the president was I wanted to give my fellow learners an experience that they have never had, with me as the leader and the rest as my followers. The reason for my success is that I've built good relationship between me and my learners, and my fellow learners, my friends, and during the campaigns, I was very genuine with what I wanted, which promises I made and which they believe.
Na wikira gwo manjito murigeria bwigita Sengen Soko TV nongo tara Amayia Chinsa Isano na Ibere kurene no yanyore enda mange chukora chisa 10 no yominto na boigo ensa ya moya margoba na ensa isato chamargoba no yanyora so obwagare chika kyabasaki baitu bagendete kwene kyamna kolentera bare asincha yo bwagare kurene chisa 10 no yanyora no yomito Ishmael Magare kuno manjito murigeria genda guchongera mere betu emegeta Sengen Soko TV agana tebi toldi ache agokwani agotebi na ucho swa somoro video lakini ndoche tali tayari apigaliti some minutes ga ma swa somoro video kuba ne video koligiana ndo mwasomia tomerene ankyo asemesa ya Amayia Chinsa Isano na Ibere. Thank you.